Greetings, Moonbats and other YouTubers. It is Monday, February 10th, 2020. Even with my outline, I'm still having to think about it. I've had a cold for, probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I'm feeling better, much better today. The congestion is gone and my nose is quit running, and I'm feeling a lot better than I did. So anyway, I was in bed for a while and running a little bit of a fever today. I feel much better. So, not a whole lot to report. I'm still in quartzite, and we'll be here probably until spring. March, April. I'm not sure. It depends on, how much of the heat I can tolerate. Done a little bit of work to the trailer. I think I've got some photographs that I'll weave in here. I think a couple of short video clips. I put some shelves like up above the table here, and two more down here, and then another one up behind me over here. And I've moved stuff forward, like I've got my clothes over here now instead of back there, so I don't have to crawl on the bed to go get them, which I'm enjoying much better. The LTVA got so crowded. There's a group, several large groups that come here right around the big tent event. I mean, it's like as soon as these people got here, bandwidth just tanked. And as soon as they left, it's right back up again. I mean, it's not blazing fast, but I don't know. I keep saying this, and maybe I'm whining, but, if I were Verizon, and I knew that there were going to be arguably 2 million people here, granted it's only for a few weeks, but there's 2 million people, pissed off people, that can't get internet. I think I would do something if it were my business, because ultimately those people are going to jump ship. I was at the Big Ten event, and I have discovered another possible resource for internet connectivity. It's a little on the pricey side, but it's not much worse than a regular cable connection through, say, Comcast or whatever. It's $85 a month. Uses the cell network. And I thought, as soon as I heard that, well, okay, so we're talking throttling and all that stuff, but they swear up and down that there's no throttling, no caps. It's a little pricey for the router. It's like $299 and then $85 a month. But from what I've heard, it's like 10 megabits per second. If I can get that, I'm going to be a happy dude, as long as I've got connectivity. So connectivity is still the issue, but this is supposed to resolve some of the bandwidth issues. So I don't know. I may give it a go. If it works, Verizon, I'm going to cut you back to the absolute minimum. I'm going to have a phone so I can make phone calls. All my data needs are going to go through this other company. It's called Bix Wireless. So I'll check that out, and I'll report on that as I learn more about it. The new refrigerator, Alpical 53 quart, has been working awesome. Oh man, it's just, I've got it set to right around 34 degrees. And during the course of the day, my solar is more than enough to feed its needs and charge the batteries. So I'm at 13 volts by the time solar goes off, 12.9. At the end of the day, the sun goes down and my charge controller goes off. And I'll stay at 12.9. I've got a little surface charge, and it's that same, sort of curve where it's real steep until I get to about 12.7, and then it levels off. I'll wake up in the morning, and I'm at 12.6. So 12.7 by most people's estimation is full, and I'm at 12.6 in the morning. Granted, it's been cold in the evenings, so it hasn't been running much, but I can't say enough about it. I'm really happy with it. Now we'll just see how long it lasts. Also, on the subject of refrigerator, I want to give a shout out to Nomad Plan. Dude, if you were a girl, I'd kiss you. Yeah, if you were a girl. And just wanted to be clear about that. And Nomad Plan is, he had a pretty substantial channel for a while and bumped into some live stuff, and he's kind of started over, and he's kind of building his net. I'm going to try to include a link to his channel down here. Go visit him. Subscribe to his channel. Say hi. And if you're a girl, would you give him a kiss for me? Because this man bought me a refrigerator. Brand new. You know, 300, 400 bucks a range, not a cheap thing for somebody to just send and say, you know, felt like, you know, sending you a care package. And unfortunately, I'd already bought the one that I've got here, but I found somebody that needed one, gal that's camped down here in the Yark Camp. You Ain't Right Club is what they're called. Living in a teardrop, full-time, no refrigeration. So she's getting some solar. She's got enough here to power it during the day, because they sit so little. This is an Alpacool 53 quart. Hers is a Alpacool 55 CD 55, I think. And so power consumption is about the same. Just a total blessing. So Nomad Plan, you the man. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. And so does she. Very thankful. RTR Thoughts. It didn't go this year. I like Bob. I like what Bob does. Bob was a huge influence on my ability to launch with confidence into this lifestyle. He gave me enough to know how to survive, where to find water, where to camp, how to camp, what solutions work, don't work, what other people are using. But I didn't go this year because of the changes. It's 25 miles from where I'm camped up to where the seminars are. And I got to be honest, the seminars are at a level now where they really don't have a whole lot of import for me. I feel like, you know, I've done this for almost 2 years now. It'll be 2 years. February 24th is the day I closed on the house, packed up, and left. And had the trailer built out by May 11th, was on the road full time from May 11th forward. Haven't looked back. Haven't plugged into a wall socket. Haven't run a generator. Haven't plugged into plumbing. So anyway, I felt like I learned some stuff, and the seminars are just, you know, a little too low level for my needs. Great for what they're intended for. If this is something that you're thinking about doing, Bob RV, cheaprvliving.com is the place to go for you and get information, because it's just, and lots of support out there, lots of people that are willing to answer questions and all of that. But you know, the main reason that I was going to the RTR and to the van build and other events that I have gone to is to meet people. I'm a recluse. I like being alone, but I also like to meet people as well. I don't get energized like a lot of people do from, you know, crowds and party and activity and all of that stuff. It drains me, and then I usually need to stick my head in the sand for a couple of weeks to recover. And my normal bent is towards quiet, peaceful, solo lifestyle. But, you know, I have people that I have, you know, associate to, and they become very close friends, loved friends. And I go to these events to meet more of those people and learn more about, you know, deeper understanding about this lifestyle and solutions, and, you know, talking about, you know, stuff. You know, what color to paint the inside of your camper, whatever. I don't know. So, I didn't go this year. Well, that was my refrigerator shut off. I wonder what that sounded like on the audio. Well, I'll find out, I guess. I hope it's not bad. You know, no changes in terms of, you know, plans for the future. I'm going to stay here until spring, like I said. And then I'm going to start traveling north. I'm going to be looking at land. And I am determined to buy a piece of land this spring. I don't care where it is as long as it's cheap. I mean, I'm finding stuff $500 an acre, and it's out in the middle of flipping nowhere. It's a desert. I mean, there's nothing. No water, no power, no nothing. But it needs to be free of building codes, so I want to be able to park my trailer on there and camp indefinitely. A lot of places will restrict your ability to camp on your own land, which I think is wrong. To 14 days in some cases. Southern Colorado was famous for that. So you can buy a piece of land and you can camp on it for 14 days, and then you got to leave for, I think it's 90 days. Some places it's a year, and then you can camp on it for another 14 days. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to stay as long as I want to stay. And while doing that, you know, dig a footing, lay a foundation, put some sticks up, close it in, put a roof on it, and build a small house, anywhere from 400 to 900 square feet. Simple, open structure. I'm open to alternative building approaches if they are efficient and inexpensive and easy to do and that kind of thing. So, but in large part, I want to try to build to some code, even though I may not want to live in a place where there is a code. I think I want to build to that code because it will improve the resale value downstream. So that's the plan for the future. And other than that, I got nothing. No new things to do. No new goals in mind. Still working on the rig. I'd like to build some more shelves, get a medicine cabinet, some place to move some more stuff from back here up forward again. I've got to solve for getting the motorcycle in the back. So I'm going to lift this bed up, park the motorcycle underneath is my current plan. So I need to solve for that, get the details worked out and all that stuff. But other than that, there's not much going on. So love you guys. Bless you guys. Sorry for the really slow production rates and all that. But, bandwidth has been a challenge. I'm going to use that as an excuse. Probably not as genuine as it should be, but I'm enjoying life, and every once in a while I sit down and I want to give you an update and keep in contact with you guys, and would love to meet some of you. I have met some. Zach's been out here. I've met Steve. Peace, brother. Looks like you're doing great, man. I love the new rig and the new gal, and I have some hopes to meet Nomad Plan here as soon as he can get back out on the road and get his life back together. And Rena and Tommy and Larry and Andre, and I've gotten to know these people and they've become cherished friends. And my own little quirky nature kind of keeps me quiet and private and out where I am, and I apologize for that. But it's who I am, and I still love and cherish you guys, and think about you often. And in those moments where I feel like I can tolerate a little more data input and get out, I'll stop by and say hi. And I was by the other day and did a trash run and saw Larry and stopped and said hello and chatted with them for a little bit. But love you guys. Bless you guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you later.